it became obvious, you know, you listen to, if anyone has ever listened to the first couple of Alice Cooper records, it's not hard to imagine that we knew we wouldn't make our living off the music. It's fairly obvious. But we had to get rich. So how do you do that? And I had a lecture somewhere at the New School or read a magazine article or Joey, but somehow the conversation came up of, we talked about, well, what made all these guys, what made Elvis Presley so big, the Beatles so big, Rolling Stones, Frank Sinatra, what did they have in common? Let's see what they had in common. And what they had in common was that parents hated them. The Rolling Stones urinated on gas stations. Elvis Presley, Colonel Parker wouldn't let him show his hips on TV, which was gigantic. That was the real bell for us.
Right.
So we said, listen, we don't know how to make good music, but we know how to piss off parents. So let's just piss off parents, and I think the kids will follow, and we can hire people to make music. And that's sort of what we did. We found a young producer named Bob Ezrin, and we did everything. You know, 5 guys named Alice wearing dresses wasn't exactly what every parent wanted you to bring home. And then we did everything we could to, what would disgust the parent. Oh, let's chop up a baby doll on stage. That'll really get him sick. So that was the focus of everything we did. And then as we started to gain momentum, we started to realize that the media for us, which was easy to capture, wasn't the music papers who couldn't care less about us. Rolling Stone couldn't care less, but no parent read Rolling Stone.
Right.
I wanted to be Monday morning, they pick up their newspaper from the front stoop and go to the kid at breakfast. Oh my God, this is the most, you don't like Alice. This guy is disgusting. What's this world coming to? So we shot for Newsweek. We shot for People. There wasn't People, but, and those things were fairly easy to capture by just doing disgusting things.
Example?
Example, we went to London, and we didn't have the notoriety in London we had in America, but we knew what our attraction was. We had honed hatred of the hatred of parents to a really fine art. So I got to London, and we hadn't sold any tickets. We were playing Wembley Arena, and I sat down with this great guy, Derek Taylor, who was the 5th Beatle. He was their publicist, and he had never heard of Alice Cooper. And I said, you know, we're coming here in 8 days, and we haven't sold any tickets. And he said, tell me about this Alice Cooper. And I said, well, our thing is to get parents to hate us. And he said, I'm quite reasonable. He's puffing on his little cigarette. And I said, so, you know, what I need to do, Derek, is I need to know if there's anything that every parent in England over the next 7 days is going to read, watch, or see. And I have to get something in front of their eyeballs that's really disgusting. And what is everybody, is there anything in common? And he said, here we have 2 TV stations. BBC Morning Show is our biggest rated show. 50% of the show is showing traffic. They have helicopters and things, and the road's busy. It's soybean growing and traffic. That was BBC in those days. So I said, traffic, how interesting. So we had just done a shooting with Richard Avedon of Alice lying down naked with a snake wrapped around his genitalia, because we figured that would really piss off parents. And I told Derek, I said, we have this picture. Do you think you could get me, maybe we blow it up, we put it on a flatbed truck. What's the busiest intersection in London? And it was Piccadilly Circus. It's the Times Square of London. And I said, can you find me a guy who will be willing maybe to go to jail, but he'll break down the truck rush hour so we can get those helicopters showing Alice naked for every parent to see. And we did it, and the guy did go to jail, but we broke it. We broke it down. They towed the truck away. 20 minutes later, it came back and broke down again. And I think we blocked up traffic for 30 miles. But the kicker of it was that the victims were not just the parents, it was the people in Parliament. So the next day was the front page picture of the traffic jam. The day after that, on the front page was Lady Mary Whitehouse, who was in Parliament, put up a bill to ban Alice from coming into the country to do the concert because it would mean the disintegration of our entire culture and everything she believed in. And we sent her flowers, ka-ching, it's like, you know.